On the 4th month of Christmas, Bourbon Creek Crafts made for me some countdown boxes for Christmas treats. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. This is the 12 months of Christmas challenge that I'm doing for myself. It's just to help me work on Christmas projects all throughout the year. So a lot of people do this with cards. I just needed to do it for Christmas projects, both for myself and for our craft shows that come up in the fall. I just wanted to get ahead of the game this year. So this month I had a collection. I don't know if it was a whole collection. There were like 9 sheets plus a sticker sheet. I have this Make It Merry collection from Simple Stories. It came in one of their warehouse boxes and there was no cover sheet. So that's why I'm not sure if it was the full collection or not, but I took it and I wanted to start making some Christmas countdown calendars or advent calendars. And it had a page of circles, and so that kind of made me think that maybe this one would be a good one to do like a countdown calendar for. But the circles were 1.5 inches, and not all of them could be punched out any smaller. So I decided, since there were also several pages of tags and cut aparts, that I would make this version. I have made it once in the past, but I just found on my Silhouette a file for a little pouch. It's about, let's see, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It is 2 3/4 inches wide by 3 3/4 inches tall. And it's not a big pouch, but you could stick candy, you could stick a necklace, earrings, there's still lots of things you could stick in here for a countdown or Christmas countdown calendar. So I ended up having to pull some pages in from another Christmas pad that I had. But I took some of the sheets that didn't have cut aparts that I wanted to use and cut them down, used my Silhouette to cut them down. I got like 4 to a sheet. And I made 2 sets, so I had made 50 pouches. And then also I found, this is a crate file actually on Silhouette that I just it had handles. I took the holes for the handles out. I kind of edited it a little bit to create a box that is just wide enough for these pouches, but then long enough so that once you stick things in the pouches, you can still fit them. Like there's still room for the pouches to grow. And then I wanted to make it a little sturdier than the cardstock that I had. So I took some more of the patterned paper, which did have some thickness to it, and layered up the outsides and then the bottom. And then these are just some felt stickers I had in my stash from Hobby Lobby. And this one I used as Santa, and this one has blue and greens on it. So I'll do a quick flip through of the pouches. I used the circles that I punched out. I used a bunch of stickers from the sticker sheets, some of the cut aparts, and then the numbers, I used some black vinyl. So I just created 2 sets of numbers in my Silhouette Design Studio, found a font I liked, and then just cut those out in black vinyl and applied them. I just thought the black would stand out on all the different colors that we have in these papers. I really liked the color palette in this one. So I just kind of had fun playing with the different elements. A lot of things I trimmed down to make them fit. And then I pulled out some punches in my stash. And then this is actually the top part of a tag. So since I didn't use the tops of the tags, they were too tall, I had a bunch of these left. And so I kind of pulled those in places to help just add some extra interest. So that is the first set that I did. The second set, they're not exactly the same, since I only had one of a lot of the elements, but they are similar. I did bring in, I tried to use dyes as much as I could too, just so that I wasn't just trimming down plain rectangles. I actually remembered to use my dies for once. So here again is another one of those tag tops that I just brought in for interest. So this was fun. Decorating them up took me a lot longer than I expected, but then I reminded myself there were 50 of them. And then it was just a matter of making sure I had similar, like that I didn't have all of the same layout in one box. So I tried to separate them into separate piles and then add the numbers to them that way. So I used a good bit of the paper with these and a good bit of the stickers, but then after cutting out 4 of the pouches from each sheet, I had a strip along the bottom that was probably under 3.5 inches wide, and I have a bunch of envelopes that I bought for some strange reason. I mean, like a bunch, like a huge box of small note card envelopes. They're like 3.5 by 5-ish. And so I decided that that's a good size for me to use to make cards for soldiers that I like write the messages in. So for Christmas cards, and then the thank you for your service kind of cards that I do with red, white, and blue. I decided I'm going to start making all of those in that smaller note card size, just because they're not going through the mail. They're, hand delivered to the soldiers. So I used those scraps were perfect size for the 3.5 by 5-inch card. And so I used those, most of them was able to use as a matte piece, and then brought in scraps. Here's some more of those tag toppers that I used just to add some extra color and interest. And then I had 3 of these left towards the end, and so I had saved them because I thought they'd be good sentiments, and then I ended up throwing them all on the same card. But here I had some tags, full tags left. I tried to save any of them that did have an actual good sentiment to use. I knew I was going to make cards in the end, and then just kind of brought in the scraps and stickers where I could. So there's not a ton of different elements on these, and sometimes you don't see much of that matting piece, but was just trying to use up the stuff that I had left. This was actually the back side of this, so I managed to save out just this part and then use the rest of it for matting. And then this is another one of those tag toppers. This is a tag topper behind here. I just wanted something to help the sentiment stand out, and then I brought another one in up here. There's a lot going on that card. Birds, I just decided to throw all the birds together on that same card around the sentiment. These were all stickers from the sticker sheet that worked out nicely for sentiment. This card there's a lot going on, and I should have backed the Noel, but once I had it down on this paper, I couldn't get it back up without, I already tore that one, and so I was like, all right, they got to stay, and then I had to cover my tear. So that one's a little bit harder to read, but so I think I have 12, 14 cards, something like that. Just using up what was left. And then this one, I didn't have any stickers or cut aparts left, but when I was cutting out the box from the cardstock, there were some open spaces, and so I had cut some of these Noel images thinking that I would use them at Christmas time, and ended up getting to use one now. So I used up all of the paper and most of the stickers. What's left, I am going to stick. There's actually one sheet of the paper that had some cut aparts that I thought would work better. It was a lot of journaling cards, and I thought it would work really well for a December daily, so I held those out. So I think I'll probably stick these stickers in with those, and then they can go in my December daily box for use maybe on a project coming up soon. We'll see. But these were what was left of the stickers. And then, like I said, paper was gone. There was no cover sheet. So this month I feel pretty good. I used up the whole collection as well as parts of another pad just to get all the papers that I needed to make my pouches. So I feel really good about this month, and hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing my project. My friend Kathy is doing this as well over on Instagram, and her link will be below. She does Christmas projects as well, so you can check her out and see what she made this month. Thank you guys so much for your time today, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.